What's going on, guys? Your boy Amazing. We're back with another video, and in today's video guys, me going over should you continue summoning on the Grand Cross 4th anniversary Grand Festival pull draw. We're gonna be talking about if you should continue summoning on the banner, guys, depending on where you actually pulled bond or not on the banner, and we'll kind of be discussing if it's even worth finishing out the rotation if you don't have them already, or if it's even worth continuing going if you already picked them up early in the banner. We'll kind of discuss it and see what's the best scenario or best way to go about it, and we'll kind of talk about it. So let's hop into the video. Before we actually hop into the video, make sure to subscribe to your boy Amazing. We are on the road to the 35,000 subscribers. Guys, we are literally 120 subs away. If you guys have not hit the subscribe button already, definitely make sure to. And with that out of the way, let's hop in and discuss the banner and if you should continue summoning. Alright guys, so the banner obviously is a really good festival banner. Obviously the main thing being that Bond isn't the greatest festival character out there for sure. He's definitely in, you know, the he's pretty decent for PvP, but other than that, he doesn't really have much of a place in the game. So Bond himself is a pretty decent character, but he's not going to be anything crazy. Lassie and Meliodas is pretty valuable if you get him LR. Other than that though, not going to be anything crazy. Assault mode, you know, if you get him, you know, it's a W, I guess, but other than that, not really a crazy character unless you have his Holy Relic. Trader Melee, obviously a really good character. Purgatory Melee, I don't have to say anything about him. Ultimate Esnor, exact same thing with the Purg Melee. They're both just broken. Esterosa broken as well. Elizabeth broken. Merlin broken. Yeah, it's you know, at least with the festival lineup, it's very good. So it's very tempting to like always be continuing to summon on this banner, and I would not even fault you guys, honestly. It's not a bad idea to just start spending gems, and depending on the amount you own, it might not even be a bad idea to finish out the rotation even if you already pulled bond, let's say. So let's say you're around like the, I don't know, give or take, you pulled bond at like the 450, right? Let's say you pulled bond at the 450 mark. Should you continue summoning to the 900? And let's say you do have enough gems to get to the 900. Would you want to do it? I would say it's definitely worth it, just for the fact that you still have a chance of getting all these other characters that are featured. And the festival pool, if I'm not mistaken, I'll have to calculate this on the fly. But if I'm not mistaken, it's 0.15 times 8. Right, and then we add 0.25 because that's going to be Bond's rate itself. So the total SSR rate for festivals on this banner is a 1.45% chance, which is really good. You know what I mean? Like on a festival banner, we don't usually have this much of a rate for the amount of festivals that are featured. And so since that's the case, this is probably the best banner you could summon on for getting festival coins. And a lot of people might want to be picking up Lost Vein, or, you know, maybe like King or Queen Diane in the coin shop. And there are a lot of, you know, festival coins that you're going to be getting, and it might not be a bad idea if you're missing like King or Queen Diane to actually like pick up a copy of them, right? Obviously it depends on the characters you're getting dupes on. Obviously if it's like a character like Trader Melee or like Ultimate Eskin or Purg Melee, you probably want to feed those dupes. But if it's a character like Infinity Merlin and you don't really feel like you're going to use her dupe wise, then it's not a bad idea to get like a copy of like King Diane, or maybe even LV Melee if you really want, right? So that's something that takes into account when, you know, when you're summoning on the banner. But that's why it's such a good banner to continue summoning on, right? Because you have so much value in that. But yeah, so other than the festivals though, we obviously have a ton of other characters here, but not a lot of them are going to be anything too crazy for your account. So if you're really missing like a majority of these characters, it's not a bad idea to just summon a lot. But if you have a lot of the characters already on the unfeatured side of things, with the regular pool characters, that might be a sign to just say, okay, let me stop summoning on the banner and we can wait for the next festival. But yeah, okay, so let's do another scenario here on the banner. Let's say you're around like the 800, or let's say you're at like 750, right? You're about 5 multis away from bond and you don't have bond already, or let's say you picked up bond at the 750, right? And should you continue to actually get the next copy for 2 out of 6? Is 2 out of 6 worth it? Probably not, but the fact that you are still able to get other festivals on the banner, I would say it's worth just, you know, finishing it out. You might as well, guys, right? If you're that close on the banner to the pity, you might as well finish it out. Then again, we are going to be getting a lot of gems throughout this anniversary, so it's still not a bad idea to just finish it out. And I feel like just getting a copy of Bond regardless is always going to be good, because he's still a good character overall, guys. Like, don't think that Bond is a bad character just because, you know, he doesn't perform well in PvP. It's just the fact that we have so many really good broken characters that a lot of people are running right now. And you know, I have found a lot of value in Bond in Heroes Arena, so I don't even think it's a bad idea to at least get one copy of him. So no matter what, I feel like a 900 amount of gems is good. So as long as you get at least one copy of Bond, you'd be fine. But if you are pulling Bond like early on, it might not be a bad idea to just stop as well, because you could just save your gems for the next festival, which will probably be you know, beginning of July, or no, end of July, beginning of August, I mean, which will be like the next festival, and it'll probably be like a demon festival, right? So if you're like a demon main, and you have Purgatory Melee kind of duped up, same with Esterosa, not really a bad idea to actually kind of skip out on the banner, right? If you've already like gotten your Bond, like let's say you like kind of pulled early and you pulled them, then you could probably just stop summoning. But it really just does depend on like what your box is looking like and what you really need. But pretty much, if you need the majority of the characters, guys, 900 gems is not going to be a bad option at all, really. Like 900 gems is just going to be a really good idea to do, right? I would definitely do 900 gems on the banner if you are missing a lot of the characters on the banner, like especially festival wise too, because you could just start sniping a lot of these festivals that you might have missed out on throughout the year, especially like Lost Vein, because he is very, very old. The odds of you actually getting him, you know, in the future is not going to be like too great, so it might not be a bad idea to pick him up through this banner, right? Yeah. And then should you continue summoning past the 900? Let's kind of think about that now. It's like, if you really want to go past the 900, it would only be if you really want to get extra copies of Bond himself, or you want to go for more festival characters on the banner, or you just need festival coins. If you really do need festival coins and you're like, okay, let's say you're like one off, and you want to actually like exchange in the coin shop for like a King or a Queen Diane, then it might not be a bad idea, because like, then again, you have a 1.45% chance of getting a festival overall. And even if you are using like Bond's dupes per se, like that's fine, I guess. But it really just does come down to like how you're going about the dupes. Like it depends on the character, right? If it's like a Light Elizabeth coin, it's like, okay, it's not too important. If it's an Infinity Merlin, it's not too important. Esteros is definitely important. Escanor is definitely important. Same with Melee. Trader Melee as well. Assault Melee is not too important, and then I would say Lost Veins is pretty important too. But Bonds is not necessarily too important for like someone that's like a free-to-play player. Like you wouldn't really necessarily need dupes on him. But if you're going past the 900, then at that point you probably are going to be considering feeding the dupes for Bond. So I don't think it necessarily matters in that, right? But I would say if you're missing a lot of the characters, or you need festival coins, then go past the 900. If not, it might not be a bad idea to just stop right there at the 900, get the Bond that you need, and then just save the rest of your gems for the July festival, because that's going to be coming. You got another 2 months for that, right? So it really just does depend on what you guys are kind of going for your box, what you really need. If you don't really need too many of the characters, you can stop. If you need a lot of the festival characters, keep summoning. That's what I would say is the setup right here, guys. So yeah, let me know what you guys are going to be doing in the comment section below in terms of continuing to summon on the banner. I hope you guys you know, enjoyed the video. I hope this was helpful. Hope you guys learned something throughout the video on in terms of summoning on the characters. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Peace out and have a great rest of your day.